show you how to set up a wet mount slide of a sample from the inside of your cheek. First, you would like to start out with a sterile slide, meaning a clean or a brand new slide. So I have one right here. And then inside of your kit, you will find a blue liquid. This blue liquid is called methylene blue. It is used to dye a sample for the microscope, because if the sample is clear, you can't necessarily see it as well, so we add a little bit of methylene blue to it in order to see it better. Remember that the sample that you're looking at is not naturally blue, we're just dyeing it blue so it's easier to see. Methylene blue is a permanent dye, meaning that you should be careful about getting it on your clothing, and you need to be aware that if it gets on your skin, you're just going to have like Smurf or Avatar blue fingers for a temporary time until it's exfoliated off of your fingers. Also, if you get it on your fingers, please be aware that you might want to be careful not to put a big blue dot in the middle of your forehead to wear all day. So to get the sample, you need a clean toothpick, and you're going to rub the toothpick on the inside of your cheek gently. You don't have to scrape at it or draw any blood or anything. You just gently rub it on the inside of your cheek like this. Now you have your sample. Many students complain that they cannot see the sample on the toothpick and are not sure if they got anything. Friendly reminder, the sample is microscopic. That's why we need to prepare a slide and look at it under a microscope. First, you can rub the sample onto the slide and then set it aside. And then you need to get this substance called methylene blue. Methylene blue is a permanent dye. So remember to be careful of your clothes and getting it on your skin or your fingers. You only really need 1 drop of methylene blue. Too much methylene blue and the entire slide will be a very dark blue and you can't distinguish between the sample and the background. So put 1 drop of methylene blue on. If your station does not have a methylene blue bottle, just kindly ask another lab station if you could borrow their methylene blue and please return it to the same place. Now, at this point, what you can do is you can even roll and rub the sample some more into the slide. Next, put your slide at a 45-degree angle and gently allow it to fall over your sample. Now your sample is ready to be viewed under a microscope. Your sample toothpick cannot be reused and it's contaminated with your germs. Please be considerate and be sure to throw it in the garbage. Your slide is contaminated with your germs, so when you're finished with the lab, kindly place it into the disinfectant solution at the front of the room. A teacher is going to let it sit for about 5 minutes and then it will be removed and then placed over here with the sterile slides. Your cover slip is not worth disinfecting as they are disposable, so we are going to dispose this in the trash. In order to gather a sample from your elbow, you must first wash your elbow. This is because if you have long sleeves or wore a coat today, or pet your cat or dog, any excess like fibers or hairs are going to be removed and will only get the sample from your elbow. Once your elbow is dry, you need to get a piece of Scotch tape from the front of the room. You're going to place the Scotch tape on the clean elbow, and then you are going to peel it off. Now you have your sample. To prepare your slide, place the tape sticky side up. Then, take your methylene blue in order to dye this clear elbow sample. 1 drop should be sufficient. Place your cover slip on your sample. If methylene blue comes out from the edge, you can dry off a little bit with paper towel. Now your slide is ready to be placed under the microscope. For cleaning up for this lab, you're actually going to remove the tape and the cover slip and dispose of them in the trash. Your dirty slide does not need to go into the disinfectant bin, so do not put it in here. Rather, you are going to spray it with a little bit of disinfectant and then wipe it clean with a coffee filter. The clean slide can be replaced in your microscope kit.